What's going on? This is the House of Boom podcast. I'm your host, Eric Boom Salvery. This is the most diverse podcast you'll see or hear. So today I have Linda Walton, or is it Love Always Lynn or Lynn? I always get it confused when I have to think about it, not when I look at it.
Oh, it's like a signature, always Lynn Love.
Always Lynn Love. And she is the owner of Badwaifu.
Yes, good job.
Right? Did I say it right?
Yeah, you said it right. Good job, Badwaifu. Yes.
Yeah, because I took me a while. I was in the car driving up, and I was like, waifu. I was like, if I say it wrong, she gonna kill me, because I feel like I've been around since the beginning, and it's just an amazing thing. And we could just get right into it. Start from there. Badwaifu. You started your business, your anime-based clothing line during the pandemic?
Yeah, actually, during the pandemic.
What were you thinking about when you just started doing this? Like, what inspired that movement?
Oh, that's a good. What inspired me at that moment during the pandemic when I can't even go out, right? Can't even go out, get cute or nothing. You know, I always wanted something like what I created. It's just, when you think of something over and over, and it always comes back to you years after years after years, and you're like, man, I wish we had this, but we don't have this. I wish we'd have this, we don't have this. But now you have the tools and the skill sets, or learning the skill set to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. And then it just came to me during that time, during the pandemic, where I was able to stay at home and take advantage of the time that I had with three of my computers. I have a lot of laptops open, so. Right. And it just transpired from me doing it for myself to people bugging the hell out of me to do it for them.
So I guess you want to say you started this thing, even though it's been in your mind for years and years. How has this 2 years gone for you in just being an entrepreneur? One, just being an entrepreneur by itself, because, life is so up and down, but then, being creative, creating a dope fashion line for ladies right now. I hope something coming for the fellas later. But just being able to create that space, and then even just being an African American woman in that space. Can you talk about that? Expand on those things. Hopefully, I didn't give you too much at one time.
Oh no, you gave me too much at one time. Okay. You did.
Okay, so let's start at the 2 year mark. You're almost at around 2 year mark of starting your business. How's that transition been?
Oh, that transition has been very wild. I didn't expect to grow so fast, to the point where now when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is my business, and then I go to work. It's physically impossible to figure out my routine, because I feel like I didn't have enough time to figure out my routine compared to you go to the gym, you go eat your breakfast, you do this. Now this one was I drop one thing, and next it's just a domino effect of people coming in requesting all my old stuff, or I'm trying to do the new stuff, which is very I'm very grateful and all that stuff. But then again, my personality, people think I'm an introvert, but actually I'm an extrovert. And I was like, damn, I gotta talk to people. I was like, oh, I gotta work on those type of skill sets. So I've been definitely growing along with my business these past 2 years. So this upcoming year will be my first year anniversary of surviving my business, which is May 26th. So I'm very excited to see what happens around that time.
Entrepreneurship is not for everybody, and yes, you
have
some. It's kind of crazy. I was thinking about a couple weeks ago, I hit you in the DMs. I'm like, yo, how's your business? Or something like that. Or something that you was like, yeah, I'm broke. I was like, what? I was like, wait, no, I see you pumping and stuff. And what you mean you broke? But people don't understand. When you putting your own money into something, you're getting down to the nitty gritty, the details, all the little things and the minutia that goes into creating fashion and just business in general. I'm not there yet. I'm doing well, but I'm not there yet.
There's levels to this type of situation. I know one person said, oh, I can't wait till I open 5 business. And I'm sitting there eating popcorn you don't know. You just saying stuff right now.
You're just talking. You just talking. Let's get one, and then get your formula down right, and then maybe two. You know what I mean? But I think it's kind of interesting because then I do know people who once they find their groove. Shout out to my homegirl Aisha Rodriguez, Mr. School of Business. It becomes a habit of learning how to start businesses, and once you have that I guess that foundation, then the other part is just finding out the intricate details. So I think that once you kind of get that up, then you'll be like, all right, I can do all this other stuff. What is it like to be an African American woman in that space, in this space of anime, creating fashion, and all that other stuff?
Actually, I am an African woman in the space. I'm Congolese. Oh, yeah. I'm Congolese, and
I didn't know that, but
it's. I was like, you know that.
Yeah, I know.
But same, dimension or whatever. But I do find myself like having to tell myself that I'm still a Black woman at the end of the day. And my audience do make a big difference in how my business is run, and I have to make sure not only that I cater to everybody, but also not only women, also like to men too at the same time. Like I kind of had to like switch it up from being women's wear to being whatever wear, like because you can't label things anymore. So you gotta be very open, and especially, but it's different when you're like trying to find a pop-up shop or a space to sell your business. That is a different mindset in a different space, because when they see like a Black anime character, because I'm my production artist drew me, they never seen anything like that before. So they look at it and they're like right away, even like I have Black women do that. They just like look at it and they walk away, unless I'm in like a Black facility, and they just get so drawn into it that I have like a crowd of people.
Okay.
And I just never knew what it was. I'd be like, yeah, she here, like what. It's good. But I do have more men that will come up. They're like, oh, look at her. She look awesome. Where they end up taking all my thank you cards because it has my character on it. And I'll just be like, yeah, here you go. All right.
Oh, no, that was the question. Because I was one. Okay, we're going to do two different questions. I'll be getting ahead of myself. So the first question is, was a reminder of, that's why I hit you up, because I said, when are you going to create a Black anime, I don't know, cartoon or something, because that's it. And then that's why you was like, not, when I'm not broke. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what
it was.
But have you started to kind of think about doing that at all, or just like, I mean, obviously when the money comes, but have you started doing that? Because I think your representation matters. I feel like people like yourself. I think like. I think Megan Thee Stallion had a couple verses talking about just anime and all this other stuff, anime and chill. You have a dope little shirt that says what, and no anime, no pussy. I mean, I remember I came to visit you. You made me watch. We wasn't watching anime, but you made me watch some Asian zombie movie with no subtitles, and you was like, yeah, you just gonna have to figure it out what's going on or something like that. So you're in this life. But have you thought about that, like creating something like that? Because I think a lot of young Black girls growing up, just like they had a Black Barbie and all that other stuff. I feel like you are like the perfect person to create something like that.
Oh yeah, I get introduced by a lot of creators about that whole perspective because of my character that I created. And I have thought about it. I'm definitely, have the right team to create that type of universe. And we're actually releasing a second character. So it's not just me. There's going to be like multiple diverse women of anime characters we're going to be creating. It's just going to be interesting how we can like tie it all up once my collection has been like fulfilled, and create a story off of that based on like the clothing that I create. So the main perspective is they're going to wear my clothes that I design. And then from there, just whatever grown woman problems, that happens in that universe.
Now, as I think about the clothing you design, if you decide that you decided to design something specifically for the men, I'm told by my good friend Creddy, IFBB Crow Creddy. He was in one of those groups we were in on Facebook and all that. I mean Instagram. If you bring back that Master Roshi Creddy, I think that'll go fast too. But that's for a later point in time. It's kind of interesting though, because you started off the podcast talking about I work on my business before I work on others. You actually have a learning program for people who want to learn other languages and stuff like that.
Yes.
You also are kind of like a fitness coach.
Yeah.
You have a regular 9 to 5. I ain't gonna shout out what your government job is, what pays the bills, but I mean, how do you balance all that?
My Google Calendar.
Okay. Ooh, that's it.
That's it. I look at the calendar, see what time it is. There we go. And keep it moving.
That's dope. What getting to the fitness, because your journey of fitness is not uncommon, but most people don't talk about it. Where your journey, most people want to lose weight. They want to get in shape. You actually wanted to gain weight and stuff like that, and really just be like, yo, a thing. And for anybody watching this podcast, go ahead and look at her page when you get a chance, because you ain't gonna be disappointed. But anyways, sis, talk about that journey in fitness, like for real, because I think a lot of people don't realize that there are women out there who really are want to get in shape, but they're afraid to lift weights and everything because they feel like they'll be too masculine and all this other stuff. But you hit it, you get it. I kind of watched your journey, not from the beginning, but you tell your story all the time and you share with people that. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. First thing off the bat, body dysmorphia is real, and the market is really trying to hinder our mindset. So I learned very quickly what my body needed or what I actually really wanted. People say they want to like be skinny or they want to be in shape, but what does that really mean? They can't really define it. They just start buying stuff that fits that title. They, waist shaper, but what does that mean? Like at the end of the day, the result is you just killing yourself. You can't breathe. There's no oxygen. So for me, it was actually my second time trying to have a consistent fitness journey where I actually told myself the whole point of me doing this was to become stronger. Because I was weak as fuck. I can curse, right?
Yeah, that's fine. We good. We ain't on Disney. I think we lost the mic. Oh, there we go. We back.
Okay, good. So with my mindset of saying, I just want to be strong. I want what I'm capable of. It kind of morphed into, okay, my body tends to know what it wants and what it's doing. And I just had to listen to it. So when I'm hungry, I eat. Like, I don't hold back. I can eat. As long as, some spinach, throw some cheese on the broccoli. That's not healthy, y'all. Like my body, I can't do meal preps like everyone else. Like to me, it's disgusting. My body don't want it. It's not fresh to in my mind. I tend to like throw it away. There's certain things that's not meant for everyone, and you just do what you got to do. Even if you go in the gym and you say, hey, I don't feel like doing upper body day, do whatever upper body you want to do. Like no one said you have to follow this protocol, And I think once I told myself that it's okay, I can do these things as long as I am in the gym and having time for myself. It's more of like just having time for yourself. Then I think people kind of gravitated towards me and what they saw versus how long it took me to get to that mindset, if that makes sense. So my push-ups, I'm a fighter. Like put some change on me again. I can do it again.
So for those who don't know, during the pandemic, we were in this like fitness group and all this other stuff, and me and Linda connected. We were like, all right, come on, let's meet up, let's get a workout on. And I used to always have the chains because during the pandemic, like quarantine part of the pandemic, you had to get creative. Like it wasn't like you just I'm like, I'm tired of benching, I'm tired of all right, how can I do some curls, some different? So I would do my little videos with the chains. So then I was like, all right, and then we met up, we did the workout, and I threw them chains on Linda. Linda was like, nah, we about to do this. And I was actually looking at the video the other day. He's like, I'm like, yeah, let's get through it. You knocked out a good like 10, 15 with the chains on. So, and a lot of women that I've experienced training, they're like, push-ups. What's that? Or then, she was doing the regular push-ups, standard. There's no men or women push-ups. She was just doing regular standard push-ups, but she threw them chains on. When you kind of made your mind up to like, okay, this is what I want to do and everything like that, did you hire a trainer or did you just go through like the research and say, okay, this is what I need to do? And then I'm sure there was a lot of failure and successes in getting to where you wanted to be.
Yeah, when I had my 2 failures of my going through my fitness journey, I actually did hire trainers, but I realized not even trainers are knowledgeable in what they need for you, right? Like I had this one trainer making me do all these cardios. Like, dude, I was like 125. I'm 5'9", 125. I told you I want to gain weight. I don't want to lose weight. Why am I doing cardio? Like, but it didn't register to me. Like I was just doing them because he was my trainer, my coach. And along the way, like you tend to learn with talking to people, seeing a lot of influencers, a lot of fitness coaches on Instagram, on social media, who gives you all these free knowledge. I was like, well, I ain't got the money. I might as well utilize these hashtags and see what I can do. And you can really tell when someone is really in love with what they do and actually know what they're talking about based on the workouts they do. And from there, it kind of morphed into, okay, Linda, do you like mornings or you like afternoons? Like you have to really have a realistic conversation with yourself. You can't be like, well, I'm gonna go with Sarah because Sarah goes at 4 p.m. and then I like to do like group session, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe Sarah ain't shit. Maybe you need to do a group session at 8 o'clock with some random stranger who you want to be competitive with. Maybe that's better. For me, I like champagne at 11 a.m. So I work out at 5 a.m. just in case I do hit that champagne at 11. So that's how that got started. But everyone's needs to realize that you are your own canvas, you're your own vessel. Not everything is meant for you. Even if you sign up for a $10.99 program on your phone, do whatever is fitting for you where you can become stronger and actually enjoy fitness, not like hate it because you got to do all this stuff that you don't want to do. You got to enjoy it at the same time. It's your body.
You know, I appreciate you because I remember after we worked out, we talked about something. And he was like, yo, you should follow this influencer. And I don't know if you just thought that maybe his body type was similar to mine or whatever. I think his name is La Bamba or something like that.
Yeah, I did because your body's the same as his.
Yeah, and but I would say that, like you kind of said, you hacked it through the hashtags and figured out. There'd be times where I'm just like, I don't have my own ideas for what I want to work out and do what I want to do. And luckily, he's consistent, and even in his videos, he always shows you exactly what he's doing. And sometimes the one thing I like about him, he's not toxic in a sense where he's not going. He's not throwing up if he's doing a chest press or something like that. He's doing the weight properly. He's making sure he's showing you good for him. He's showing you that he uses knee wraps and everything like that when he's doing the squats. And it's good to make sure that if you are, in my suggestion, that you following somebody like she said, find somebody who really vibes with you, but also find somebody who's knowledgeable and technical and just really just giving you good content, healthy content. You're not on the top of a rack lifting up I don't know, like this guy
the bench seats and all that stuff.
That's not fitness. I'm sorry, respectfully, you know what I mean? Maybe I had an idea because I was going to do a little video. I was like, well, everybody says that's toxic, but actually what he's really doing is getting ready for an earthquake. And if he's handcuffed to a desk, sliding down a crooked building, maybe he's prepared. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But that's the only thing I could possibly think of where I saw a brother, but hey, he made Sports Center, so there's no shade from me.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah, that was a little wild. How many languages do you speak?
Do we want to go from like beginning to the end?
How many languages? However you decide to.
So I know American Sign Language fluently. From there, I learned Japanese intermediately. Is that a word? I think that's my English just has decreased after learning all these words. But intermediately, I don't know. Intermediate is the word.
Okay. It's a word now.
From there, yes. So from there, Spanish, French, and German, each of them were like 2 years or so, or I mixed it up. And then Oh no, Chinese. Because I went to Chinese University of Hong Kong when I was in college. But my last language I've been studying, which I really enjoy, is Korean, and I think I've been on Korean for like 2 years. But more fluent, I would say like Japanese and American Sign Language. English. Now we just gonna call that something else. I don't know. My vocabulary be decreasing.
What I like about when you go to your personal website, not the Badwaifu website, is you talk about different segments, like how to help people with their struggles and stuff like that. So can you give a couple people, anybody's watching this, some tips in your thinking when you're approaching learning a new language as an adult, especially?
Oh, as an adult, yeah, that's a whole different type of realm right there. Now, it depends on what language you want, either European style or Asian style. And you really have to know your study style also, because that really is going to become competitive when it comes to you learning the alphabets and learning how to pronounce the alphabets. So for me, when I learned Japanese, I had a teacher and I wrote everything down on paper versus nowadays kids can just do everything digital, which really doesn't work still to this day with Asian language. You still have to write them down it just implants in your mind. So when I decided to pick up Korean, I already knew. I was like, okay, first of all, I can memorize these writing, but I need a teacher when it comes to pronunciation. But when I was studying like Spanish and German, I could do that by myself. But it all comes to taking time to sit down and start with the alphabet and pronunciation. Because once you have those two, then you're able to self-study by yourself. But the only way you can really enjoy language is watching foreign films or listening to music. I like Kung Fu. I like anything that's zombies. I like K-drama. I like all those things. Clearly. But then I like my Spanish music, like my bunny. I like my aventura, all those things. So I only speak Spanish because I like the Spanish music. I got a vibe with the music, Right. So just small things that you enjoy will help you continue to learn how to speak the language. If not, then you're just picking up shit just to pick up shit. I don't like Chinese that much, but I had to because I was in school. But I'm not listening to Chinese music. I knew I was not going to go through with that.
Do you see yourself with all the languages that do you see yourself traveling to these places, or have you been to most of the places that you've learned?
Yeah.
Which one has been your favorite so far in your travel journeys?
I do love my Asian countries
Okay.
because I can be there by myself. I have a good time over there. Everything's a little bit cheaper because of currency. I can always give myself a little balcony, pretend I'm a rich bitch over there. So it's always nice. It's always nice.
Somebody was saying to me, when you go to China and stuff like that, they were like, yo, America is so behind. We really don't know unless you really see it. Can you just talk about that experience out over there and stuff like that?
We are whack.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We whack. The celebrities in America, the first thing I think about is if you have $1 million home, why don't you have a Japanese bathroom, which is we still have the bathtub and we have the shower in the bathtub still, or, you can find it separately. But why do we still have that? Why can't we just do it like the onsen style where you wash your body and then your bathtub ends up being almost like a hot tub. It's not meant to be washed in because you have all that dirty water. Why do we still bathe in our dirty water? That's crazy. And then they have heated floors. So when it's wintertime, the floor is heated. So you don't really have to I'm walking around wearing socks like I'm homeless. Damn, the socks is not to be outside. The joy of wintertime and the floor is heated. I'm and the bathroom seat is heated. My ass is comfortable. So I get mad sad when I come home. I'm this is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, you know what? I never thought about that. A cold, especially when you gotta go to the bathroom in a cold toilet seat. That ain't the most comfortable thing in the world. But
no.
When you know better, I guess you do better. Maybe that's a thing. Find a heated toilet seat. Now, heated floors. Wait, so with the heated floors, does that make your house warmer? Without?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's you just not waking up touching cold floors. Basically, that's it.
Correct.
Are the floors
Correct.
marble? or wood?
No, it's just it looks like just like a normal like how most apartments are. That just wood.
Mm-hmm.
It would yeah. This is whatever how it circulates or anything, but it's
Mm-hmm.
really nice. Singapore, wild,
Mm-hmm.
wild.
Oh my bad. You go ahead.
I was going to talk about they have like a toll booth, but you don't know where the toll booths are because it's like synced into your car. So when you're driving, they're already taking money out. You don't need to go through like a actual walkthrough. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's the toll booth. We just passed it. Where? You know, it's just like.
So it just comes up on your phone or whatever. Like, oh, okay, I got charged. But, you know, maybe we could talk to the people who, well, I don't know, because the Holland Tunnel in Jersey, going into New York, they are doing construction. I think they make that easier, but the Lincoln Tunnel is almost like guaranteed traffic when you think. So maybe we need to talk to the people in charge of that. Right, so we're gonna go backwards a little bit. When did you fall in love with anime, and what was that like?
That is a horrible question.
Because you got to think about that because it's been a while probably for you.
I mean, like I'm old. I may look young, but I'm old.
Don't crack.
I would say, back in the day where we had basic cable, like we had like 4 channels or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think back then it wasn't even like called WDC. It was just called like Fox.
Okay.
The Fox network where they would have like anime in the morning and stuff like that. And I think I want to say like around 6 or 7. But I couldn't recall what was anime because I was just watching the show. I just knew it was a little bit different. Like they had Voltron, they had Transformers, they had like
I literally I was like, you know what, Linda would love this. So
yes, I loved it.
This is for the set. This is the lasting piece. This will always be here with all the other aesthetics. But I was like, yep, that's the one. That's the only that I know. This is Gundam, and then I know there was something back in the day, Akira. Back in the day, and then,
Akira,
and then a couple other ones. But then I realized that a lot of the cartoons that I watch, obviously, like I have like a Static Shock shirt on, all that stuff. A lot of that stuff was low key influenced by anime. We just didn't know it until it became more of a popular thing.
Yeah, and during that time, everything was very dark. So I didn't know how dark Akira was. I didn't realize how dark Voltron and Gundam were. Like, because I didn't understand politics. I just like when things blew up, you know? Like, I like the Blood the Last Vampire, Ghost in the Shell. So I think that's when, I think Toonami came in fruition when I was like in the teens. But it still didn't connect the difference for me where I was just like, why do I like dark stuff so much? This like then the Matrix came out, but the Matrix was a reference off of another anime that I seen it's like the Matrix is a reference off of Paprika and another one there's Perfect Blue. So there's a lot of older animes that these other show, like Leonardo da Vinci Inception. I think that Inception came off of Paprika, and then the Matrix came off of something else from another anime.
Interesting. I'm gonna go look into that because it's always like that. I remember they had like a Matrix cartoon that came out after the movies, and it was but it was anime based and stuff like that. And my my old college roommate put me on.
That was good though.
It was the one with the guy with the track, and he was breaking free of the Matrix through his speed, and then but they did something like to paralyze him at the end because he was getting too free. It was like the Agent Smith or something like that. But then when he was like paralyzed, they kind of left it open ended. Where he still, you can see that he was gaining his powers back or something. He blinked or something like that. I was like, nah, he about to break free again, but they never continued it. So I definitely
that's funny.
I definitely feel you like on that. It's just
there's like a huge difference, right? When you're like, oh, I see, was it Saturday morning cartoons? But then you realize this is different from Toonami. This is different from all the dark ones, like like Dragon Ball Z and stuff. I was like, what is this called? And then that's when I realized it actually had a name and it actually has like a community. I was like, okay, bet. I'm gonna go over here while y'all stick to Pepper Ann and Rocco's Modern Life. Like, I'm good.
Now, speaking of like anime and all of that stuff, you're taking your business on the road and you're going to all these conventions and stuff like that. How's that experience been,
Hiring.
especially being like, you know, you go to Anime Con, you're like, again, you're creating that space with the fashion and stuff like that. But talk about that experience. What's that been like? I remember I came to support you at Comic Con, so that was
Yeah. That was a
dope
shocker.
thing.
Am I echoing?
No, you're good.
I'm good. Okay, so it's tiring because when I'm about my work, I become a different person. I'm a very serious person, and I'm very analytical. So it was just weird having to do that towards the things that I love. So when I did my first panel in New York Comic Con, I didn't have to bring my stuff. I didn't have to worry about anything, but I really had to. They gave us questions early on. I really had to think through these questions because it's my first time engaging with an audience. Because usually, how you want to show up is how you are being represented. And sometimes you never really get to know who the person really is. And I don't want people really knowing who I am. Like, I'm like to myself, but it's really fun until you have to work because I can't go out and engage with other things because I'm so mama bear with my own stuff where I want to be there for my team, teach them how to like run a booth, teach them how to engage, talk to people, because this is something that's completely new where I'm always busy trying to convince someone that this is women's wear. It's not a t-shirt. Because when they haven't seen anything like this before, they walk away. So I have to be like, hey, look at this poster. And then I don't miss. Oh my God, this is great. And it's like, you wasn't even looking this way, were you? Because you're just so used to looking for your poster, your action figure, your backpack. Now there's something new that I'm trying to get everyone into the scene. So I'm at this phase right now where I have brought new people on, or I have them follow me on social media, but they now want my old stuff because they missed that train. And I'm like, damn, I don't want to bring the old stuff back because y'all missed that train. I already did like a restock. Like, it's nice, but it's like, whoo.
Well, the good thing is like with stuff like that, you can create a cult following, and then once it's like everything is going smoothly, you can do like small drops, like limited time drops. All right, here's this re-release of this T-shirt, and that sounds dope. That you were in that position where it's like I could re-release something. Like it's hard enough. I have some goals with some athletic apparel, and I'm still like in that phase of like trying to release it. Like, when is the right time? When is this? When is that?
Oh, yeah.
And I always know the right time is now, but just getting all my ducks in a row. But to be in a position where you're like, dang, I even had that thought, like, yo, I might have to re-release one of this if the demand is high enough. That's really a dope thing to be in, a space to be in. Talk about what it's like to even just build a team, because it's different from having a vision of, all right, this is me. I'm here. I'm going through all this design and all this other stuff, to now I got to teach people. Like, what's that experience been like?
I always been a teacher. Like, I always been teaching someone something, especially with like languages. But this is a little bit different because now I'm teaching someone where I have to put my trust in, where I don't, how time cards. Right. Most likely you clock in, you clock out. There's strict rules in every company and how people should do it. I work remote and everything is e-commerce. So I rely and I have to trust my team members to provide the work they give me and to clock in and clock out when needed, because I'm just going to be paying them, It's all about trust there. And my team, I keep my team very small because working for who I work for, I know the importance of promotion and raises, and that really heightens the morale and them to stay with you. And I like to keep my close to me. I like to keep the same team. I don't know how my business will run if I had different people coming in and out at the same time, that's something that I would have to learn, and I think I would have to experience one day. But as of right now, my team members are great. They're very open. They have told me I'm very relaxed and I'm not very strict. They're like, Linda, why aren't you like, you give me too many leeways. You don't give me like strict tasks activities. I'll just be like, well, you're the one with the skill set. You're in this profession. I trust you. Like, just I say what I say. You do what you need to do, and that's it.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm not used to that. So I created this space. They're very open to talking about my product. Like when I design something, they're not hesitant to say what they need to say, compared to like some company. They're like, they don't want to say anything. They just need to do their job and go. Now, like they're involved where they're like, no, Linda, you're not doing a restock. I'm like, oh my God, am I the boss or you the boss? Like, that's crazy.
So the next tutorial Linda will be teaching is creating a healthy workplace environment. So
Yes,
look
a
forward for
healthy
that.
workplace.
2030, I don't know. What-
Get your snacks.
yeah, there you go. There you go. What is today we had I don't mind transparency. We were trying to get everything together. You are first of all my first lady guest that I've interviewed on this new relaunch of the podcast. So the first lady of House of Boom. And then we working through some technical difficulties doing because everybody usually comes to the studio. You're in the DMV area. I'm not paying for flights to come up here, and so I mean I would, but hey, that's another story for another day.
Okay.
But we worked through those technical difficulties. And I had to text Linda like, yo, so I guess I'm buying you lunch tomorrow. So, because we're late. So what is Linda like? Because Linda likes to eat. And we established that already. Like,
Yes.
if we come, and it comes down to cuisine, like, what's your top three? Give me something like top three for this week.
I would say top three, always sushi.
Always
it's
sushi.
Japanese food. Top three. I gotta think what I order the most though. That's what helps me
Well,
there.
I know one. Linda love a good steak.
A good steak, not no filet mignon. When I see filet mignon on Restaurant Week, or it's the top of your menu, or you tell me filet mignon is your best steak, I'm walking out because everybody knows that's the cheap one. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that.
It's funny too because when I saw you at Comic-Con, I came up to the panel. Shout out to 4 on Nerds, my homies over there too, because they were I think were they the hosting it or they were
yes.
And then we said what's up, and then you went your way, I went my way to go do the Comic-Con thing and walk around, see buy posters and something, and then I don't know somehow some way we all you ended up downstairs at the food area. Or like the rest area where everybody's like the food court, and I see you with all your friends and everything, and you had introduced me to your people, and then the first thing I yelled at, I was like, "Yo, did y'all feed Linda though?" I was like, "Did she eat?"
Oh yeah,
because she eat. Then we good for the rest of the
If I don't eat, you don't sleep.
Do you get like hungry, or do you get hangry? Like do you like?
I get hangry. I get really angry because like. Y'all know better. Like I've been in a situation where I feel like y'all know better. Like why am I here? Why are you keeping me here this long? Like I'm on a schedule. Like I'm hungry. This is ridiculous. So I do get angry. I find myself like at birthday parties and I'm like a guest. Like I don't even know the person, right?
Okay.
And I'll look at the menu and be like, gambas is not an entree. It's an appetizer. People try to be all like, this is a great restaurant.
Right.
This is family style. No, it was not family style.
Okay.
That was the problem. It was not. It was. You could see in my face where
with this food.
They were like, no, the entree. They gave us 6 shrimps.
Okay.
For a family style.
Nah.
That's not my style. Who family is this? Like this is not. I don't like it. I was really upset. So. Nah, I mean, I like good food. I cooked food. Like, I'm not no like TGF Fridays. I'm not like, as long as there's a chef in the kitchen making the food, is good. Or I'll cook my own food, where I can actually feed my people some good food. And I think my friends, they will tell you, like, when they come to my place, they learn a lot about how I eat. Like, yeah, I eat a lot, but I eat to a point where it's like, it's clean or it's healthy and it's mad good, like, for example, salad. How you like your salad?
So are you asking me? I'll do a grilled chicken. Gotta have some colorful vegetables in there.
Okay.
I've been on this. I'm always like balsamic, but they be mixing up these balsamics.
Okay.
But I like a good lemon. I had this lemon balsamic from this woman. It was okay. So let me go backwards before I go forward. At the top of the year, everybody tries to get their diets right and all that stuff. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna do chicken. For this period of time, so that's all I was eating was like chicken salads all the time. I know they said it's not good to eat that all the time, but I was just like, I can't have. I don't need no bread because that's not going to do nothing for me because I blow up. I get puffy with the bread. I had a donut earlier and it's sitting on me. Not too crazy, but it's just like it is. So I'm gonna have to do some cardio before I go to bed tonight. And I got on this chicken salad and I had this lemon vinaigrette and it was like perfect. It was perfect. You put that on, you could eat that every time. So it's that, and then also like some peanuts or something like that, like because I try not to overdo it with the chicken because then you get a little bit too full. But if you put like some walnuts, almonds, sunflower seeds and stuff like that, so you put all that in there and I'm good. So I don't know that. Look at your face. She's like, yo, am I interviewing you or you interviewing me? Cool. But that's my salad. But
that sounds like a very good hefty salad.
Well, see, the cheat code with me is like what I'll do is I'll get those boxes, those salad boxes that you get from the supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
The cheat code with me is like if I just make one good one and I just munch on that all day, forget the eating times, you know what I mean? Unless I'm training for a competition, which I haven't gotten that yet, maybe one day. But, because I know bodybuilders, they got to eat like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, all that stuff. I'd rather just have one big salad, do all that stuff I just said, and then keep it with me. Like if I'm in a car or at work or whatever, one of the host of the space that I'm in, I remember I came in one day and he was like, oh, so you just walking around with a box of salad. I was like, no, bro, like, listen, it's saving me a lot of time and temptation to go out and eat whatever BS that I want to eat. You know what I mean? It's like, if I want a honey bun, let me just eat this salad. If I want a donut, let me eat this salad. If I want, some nachos with cheese and all this other stuff like that, which is my favorite delicacy. I don't even care if you don't consider it a delicacy. Nachos, loaded nachos. You got to be real chips though. None of that BS. Not like them Tostitos out the bag BS. I need real nachos, all that stuff. I could eat that all day, but I'm just gonna eat the salad. So I just went on a rant, and now you know me better. But go ahead, back to you.
Yes. And that's how you eat a salad, you guys. That is how you eat a salad. Not a lot of cream on the salad, a lot of egg and craziness on a salad. Just some balsamic vinaigrette, olive oil, appreciating the veggies and stuff. Right. Like me and my friend was talking about like what was it? Like I made a poll about tacos, and I was making tacos, and I made a poll like, do you put tomato sauce in your taco? Because I was looking up the recipe and it looked like majority of them said put tomato sauce and taco seasoning in your ground beef, but you're draining the oil, right?
Right.
And I was curious. I was like, is this the right thing?
Right.
And Lord behold, it isn't. Like 2 of my Hispanic and 2 of my Black friends, they do it. And it took my one white friend to be like, you're making fucking spaghetti. You're not making tacos. So I came to realize like we do crazy things with our food, like cheese and broccoli. I don't know why.
Shout out to that one white friend. Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, this is gross. Cheese and broccoli. What else? When we say a salad, that salad it's like drenched in dressing. Yeah. It's not even a salad, but people are like, oh, I'm on a diet, I ate that salad. Girl, you killed that diet with that salad. Like it's crazy.
All the calories in the dressing. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Candy yams. Like I don't even like that.
What?
Like,
I don't know. Who are you?
I don't.
Not even for Thanksgiving.
Nah, I'm African. Like.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, Randall, who makes the best jollof rice?
Are you going to ask me that? Yeah. You're not going to put me on blast on this podcast. We're not going to do that. They got my first name and my last name. No, sir. I'm not saying that.
Come on. You can't. No. I mean, well, what I'll say is,
I'm running a business.
I've traveled to Ghana and Togo, and I've been told that I will never have another meal when I go because I'm just going to be keep it a buck. I think Nigerians make the best jollof rice. I don't care, and so that's just me. I'll stand on that. But if you don't want to join me, it's okay. I feel like this jollof is like a real thing. Like this is a real cultural like. I mean, I'm Trinity.
Battle.
So, yeah, but
it's a battle.
Like, I actually was. This is just like just.
I can't have my customers not shop at my store because I decided to choose one culture's rice. Yeah. That's not it. That's not it.
You will get turned on. You know, it was funny. A couple years ago, I was doing something with somebody else. My friend of mine, he's Ghanaian. He was hosting a book signing thing, and after we were leaving, the gentleman came up. And he ended up he's the guy who created the Jollof Wars. And then he has me on camera saying that next to my Ghanaian guy, I call him, this dude is like my god brother. Next to he's the one who put me on Africa before it was like hot to go there and return and all that stuff. Been there twice with him. And I was standing next to him and I was like, yo, well, actually, Nigerians have the best jollof rice, and he's the one who told me I will never eat again when I go to Ghana. You will starve in the streets. and then I got invited to be a host at the New Jersey before this was pre-pandemic, whatever they had the New Jersey Jollof Wars and stuff like that. So I got to be a host and all that stuff. So
I remember that. Okay.
So I stand on my jollof selection, but I have no skin in the game. So you know what I mean. I'm Trini, so it is what it is. But
it is what it is.
Man, it's been a pleasure talking to you because we've been on here just for a minute and we could keep going, but I just wanted to give you time and space to plug yourself on everything that people can find out about you, where they can follow you, websites, anything that you're doing that's important right now.
Yes. So you can follow me on Instagram at Badwaifu Official, which is waifu is spelled WAIFU. So Badwaifu Official. I'm also on Facebook, Badwaifu Official, Twitter, The Baddest Waifu, because, you know, of course someone else is going to take Badwaifu. And then my next project, I'm hoping to drop by next month. That is the goal. It usually takes me like a good 4 to 6 months to like actually get my products rolling into like production and stuff. So I'm at a phase on trying to figure out how I should promote it. So I'm really excited. It's going to be completely different what everyone is used to. Because I think people put me in this box of what they have seen so far. Okay. Nah, but I will have one men's item coming out. So it's going to be really, really nice. So y'all can leave me the fuck alone, you know. Because then once I release that, it's going to be something else. I'll be like, dang, you know what? I give up. But do it all for y'all.
The men's item is going to be a limited time. Just like, all right, I took care of y'all, but just now leave me alone.
This is, there's going to be no restock on this. It's going to be a limited edition. Oh. It's definitely going to be a limited edition. And then, you know, it's easier for smaller business to do limited edition. But I feel like once I open it up, I'm going to open it up as long as I can just so people can get their appropriate sizes. Okay. It's going to be men's size, but, you know, females going to be in there, you know. They're just going to be grabbing. So you have some 2Xs in there because, you know, I lift and I need a 2X. Of men's size, yes. Okay, yes. I will be a customer. I'll be there. I would say I'm gonna be the first customer, but the way you sound like the demand is, I might be like 8th. Yeah, don't be in my comments talking about when are you gonna Capricorn? I'm like, oh no.
Just as long as you got a 2X in there, we good. If it's a shirt or something like that. But
oh yeah, I can't tell you. Yeah, that makes sense. Good looking out.
Yeah. But so you got all the plugs, and then they can know if they just want to casually follow you. Always Lynn.
Yeah, love. If you want to, always Lynn Love. Always with the Z, Lynn with the Y, Love with the UV. I feel like I should have spelled it just in case.
Oh, and the caveat to my podcast, even though we already did it, but we can do this future date, maybe in the summertime when it's like nice out, is that anybody I interview, they have to work out with me. I know you're not afraid, and we've done it before, but I mean, that's gonna be nice. We're gonna get a good one in because it's been.
Were they supposed to work out on your
Oh,
Yo,
yeah,
couch or
yeah,
something?
yeah, on the couch right here in the House of Boom. Nah, no, we get it in. We'll find a gym or like I said, an outdoor space or something like that. And we get the work done. I ain't messing with your apartment gym because they wrote you a bad letter last time talking about you got too many people. It was only one other person. Like, oh man, yeah, no, don't do it again. So I ain't trying to get you in trouble or nothing like that. But
Yeah. Oh well, it's life.
but I want to appreciate you. Thank you for being the first guest.
Thank you for having me.
And I guess you could text me sidebar what you were having for lunch tomorrow, whatever it is. It's probably gonna be sushi something.
Yeah,
And
just give me $40.
there we go. There we go. And we good to go. So this is the House of Boom. That is Linda Walton, always Lynn Love, and we will
Yes.
get at you soon. Peace.